So in the recording, I just want to specially welcome everyone today for the special weekly analysis which we do, and for everything that we're going to be doing this week. So right now I'm going to turn on my TradingView app. I'm going to share with you the app. Okay. So I was doing a little bit of back texting, looking at the character of what's this 15 minutes from the 124-hour time frame, looking at the character of what happened to this uh, candle. I was just a little bit concerned that this counter trend was rejected here and was going down, viewed up here and was going down, got here and gave several bearish moves. How did it come about this bullish candle? I was a little bit concerned about it. I would have thought that this bearish candle might get to this level here before the rejection. Funny enough, it was rejected just here at this price action level. See why we don't do the price action level. And it wasn't just rejected, it was now giving a long bullish candle, which was now rejected at a trend line. Not just a trend line, but also at a strong resistance level that also became a support. So I had to look at that, and I decided to do a back testing. How did I back test this? I went back to look for a time in previous time when this kind of experience has occurred with this pair. Something like this, but if you look well, you see something like that happened here. Same thing, something like that happened here. So I decided to back test just to see what the character of it is like. If you look, you see that almost the same thing played out. Got rejected here, gave a long bullish candle, and still then went bearish. So I did that just to know if after this experience here, if there's going to be another bearish move, or if this will not become a bullish move. And then I found that there are two strong resistance support level. So this is a resistance and support. That support that became resistant level, very strong, that has given this rejection. Then I discovered that there's this one here. So most likely this particular time frame will be testing these two levels. So if there's going to be a bearish move that will maintain this downtrend line, once it gets to this point, there will be a strong price decision. There will be a strong price. They will be expecting some bullish move here, which might break this trend line. So that's the reason for these two blocks that I drew to be very useful when price gets to that level. So like we always we start our analysis from the weekly time frame. What do we do from the weekly time frame? We look at the trend. What can you see? Obviously, this is a downtrend. This is a downtrend. So because it's a downtrend, all we need to do is to just draw the downtrend line. So we can use it in making trading decisions. This one is a very strong downtrend line. So we're going to use it in making trading decisions. And this is a downtrend. Okay, so after that, what next? I also told us that this counter trend was building. Let's just draw a line on the counter trend. So what are we doing with these two trend lines? What we're doing basically is, if for any reason price continues on this downtrend line, we know we are maintaining the downtrend. But if the price begins to build on this counter trend line, we know we are gradually countering the downtrend. So after those two lines, we're expected to identify our price action levels still on this time frame with a horizontal line, and I use green color. But you can use whichever color works for you. So anytime price gets to any of these lines, I'll be looking out for market decision. That's the reason for these lines. Either I'm going to use it for take profits, or I'm going to use it for entry point. I could also use it for stop loss, depending on the factors that are pointing out clearly at that time. So even though someone might say that your lines are numerous, but you see, these are the lines that help me to get numerous entries, which some traders might not be able to get in the market. So I personally still would want to use the lines, no matter how numerous they are. So that's from the 1 week time frame. Okay, so we'll go straight to 24 hours time frame. And in this time frame, I'll just be looking at for the one that's not yet been marked. And I can find one here. Okay, so this one was not very touching. Now these are high time frames, so marking them now so that when I go to smaller time frames, I can be able to see the gaps clearly. So this is what I would do. Then also check the trend. Still on a downtrend. And the counter trend line is already identified. Then I go straight to the 4-hour time frame. In this time frame, I'm still going to look at the trend. And obviously, there is a downtrend. Okay. I have lines already mapping it out already. Then I'm going to look at session breaks, which will help me identify the two candles that begins the week. Okay, so I can spot them already, this and this. Why this is the third candle. Then I'm gonna look out for events and news. Already told you how to do that. Go to settings, events, session breaks, economic news. Choose your colors. Mine is on green for session breaks. Red is my news. So after identifying the two candles that started the week, I also look at price action levels, the one that's not being touched. So this was not touched. This was not touched. This was also not touched from that higher time frame. This was not touched. This was not touched. Some traders will move lines. I personally don't prefer to move lines. I have my reasons for that. I'm going to tell you. Some traders will say, I'll show you an example of what I mean by moving lines. They say things like, see this line. If you notice, it was taken from a higher time frame and it's so close to this line. I've seen a mentor that will say, okay, I'm going to move this line to be here. But remember, you're not taking your entries from that higher time frame. So what you will notice when you start taking entries from lower time frame, and you probably used these points and maybe as entry points or as take profit points, you will notice that because you have shifted this line, price will definitely get here and might not get to this line because you shifted it. So shifting lines can change the course of movements. Instead of shifting the line, leave that line, put another one. So you know there's one on a high time frame, there's one on a lower time frame. And what I do that helps me a lot is I could now put a triangle there. So I now see like a gap that needs to be filled. That's what I do. Sometimes that help me. So I'm not looking at a line for that part. I'm looking at two lines. And the gap between those two lines as a very sensitive place to make decision. Now, one place you need to pay attention also this week is that this downtrend is going to come to this side. It's going to come down here. So you need to pay attention to that because that really was what affected many of us that could not point out the reversal. You can see they were marking it. You see, because you can't see anything on this side. The downtrend has broken off this side. So you have to zoom in so you can see this side. That was what made so many not to be able to spot these what's it called? Reversal that happened. But I did that for myself and I was able to spot it. With this, you can be able to spot the reversal. Because the way this price is going, if it gets here and breaks this level, it will go down. You see? Now with this line, at least I know that, let me see, let me zoom it out a little bit so I can see clearly. At least I know that if it breaks this one, if it breaks this price action, there's no other price action till this one. So this is going to be a long bearish move once this one is breaking. How did I get to know? Because of this outlook. Same thing with this level. If it breaks here, there's going to be a long bearish move to this point because of this candle that was formed here. We find that it was a long bullish candle. So it's that long bullish candle that is giving that bearish move there. This is why price action is very useful. making decisions. So after doing that, I'm now going to take my horizontal ray line. I prefer to use red to spot the two candles that began the week. So I'm going to put these at the high of the week, changing it to red, using two peaks for the size case it's touching any price action level, so that we can be able to know the particular one. Okay, so you can see this down one is touching a price action level. That's why the thickness of the red line is different, so you can still see the price action line. So those are the two candles that begins the week. So we know that this week, anytime price gets here, we're going to be looking out for buys. So this is going to be our buy region. Buy region for the week. So buy region, I put it on green. Then buy region for the week, I put it on green. Okay, so I position it where I can see it. Then I clone it. As duplicating it or cloning it to give me, I just need settings to change this to sell. Sorry, that didn't go as planned. Let me see if I can get it back. Let me do it again. I'm editing this one. No. Which tool is this now? Then that's pips 2. Pips 2. Wondering when I picked it to disappear by itself. Let me just leave it to disappear by itself. So I'm going to edit this. Why does it keep picking it? Okay, I know what's wrong. My laptop is on tablet mode because my laptop can actually be flipped into a tablet. It was on tablet mode for the keyboard. That's what's causing that. All right, so I've changed it. So now settings, then change this to cell, put it on tablet mode for the keyboard. Then I take out the buy and put cell. Okay, so then I change this to red. Just 10 more minutes to be done with this analysis. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit fast so I can be able to finish everything. Okay, so for that point where I said I was not going to shift, okay, I've already done something there. I'm also here. I don't think I want to shift here. So I'll put this here. I'll put this here. I'll put this here. Okay. Then I'll move straight to 1 hour time frame. I don't think I'll spot anything here because I've put a lot of lines already on 4 hour. So I'm going to look at the trend. Obviously a downtrend. Then I'm looking at the price action levels to see if there's anyone that's not touching. You can see one here. You can see a little one here. You can see one here. You can see one here. Then I'm very interested in this back one. This one that we are, this one that we're spotting behind here. I'm going to really reduce this block I drew for 24 hours time frame. I'm going to reduce it a bit or even take it out because it's blocking a lot of things. It's hard to see this on 1 hour time frame. I think it's also hard for 15 minutes. Okay, I can see it now. It's also hard for 15 minutes time frame. Okay, I can see it now. Let's just leave it for the 1 hour time frame. Let's go straight to 15 minutes. So on the 15 minutes time frame, I'll look out for the price action level that's not been spotted. This was not spotted. These two are not spotted. This one. So those are the ones I'm going to be looking at for this level. Then I'll just go straight for psychological level. My horizontal real line blue color. So from this level where price is currently, I'm going to be taking the first psychological level. So I'm turning this to blue. So when you go to settings, we're looking at the number and we're checking what is the closest level to this. I want to look at 15 first. So if we say 215, let's say it is. That's far. So let's still put a line again and let's check. 215 is far. Let's just bring it back. Let's check okay, 220. That's close. 220. 220 is close. You can see that very close. So we're going to use 220. So that means the next one upward will be 225. Okay. 225. The next one after 225, just drop a line and add 5 to it. Maybe 230. 230. Okay. Then from this 220 downward, we have 215. Okay, so change this 9 to 5. The next one after that one should be 2 to 10. Okay, so change this to 0. 0. So all our psychological levels have been marked out. So I think it's analysis. What's the trend from 15 minutes time frame? Of course, it's still a downtrend. I thought I took out this block. It's still a downtrend. Then I want to identify 2 trends to make entries. Remember my factors clearly that I'll be using to make entries. Let me type them out. just in case. First one is trend. Second one is pattern. Third one is price action. Fourth one is psychological level. Fifth one is news. Okay, so these are few factors that I would be considering before making any entry. Let me keep it close. Let me keep it close. Okay, so I want to try on one trend from up and from down. So I'll look at this one, these 2 points. So I'm going to be paying attention to this line. If any trend continues on this line, my trend is confirmed for my entry points. If anyone continues, excuse me, please. If anyone continues with this one upward, anyone continues with this one upward, I'll be using it to make entry. So these are the few things. I think there's one I've not done from the 4-hour time frame, which is a strong place for looking out for resistance and support. This particular one, I am not very okay with it because of the size, so I'll take it out. So from this, I want to point out a strong resistance support level, which I'll be using to make decisions from 15 minutes time frame. So I will take this level, then I will take this before I close this analysis. Take this level, then I'll look at this level, this one, I'll look at this level. So these are the levels I'll look at from the higher time frame. So when I come to 15 minutes time frame, I want to make entries. Anytime price gets to those levels, I'll be looking out for a serious reaction. You can see this one already reacted and gave this long bullish move. Okay, because that's a higher time frame. Even though this 15-minute time frame has its own, but I will not be drawing, so it's not choked. I'll be using my eyes to spot them out. So I wish you all a successful trading week.